Hello, boils and ghouls. I got a little Halloween treat for you today, a little short on a big bug. Now, you can't tell how big this bug is because it looks like a wasp, but it ain't no normal wasp. There's my hand. That's a big wasp. So, you can probably guess what kind of wasp this is. This is the murder hornet. And it will kill you given any opportunity, and it will kill your wife, your child, your baby, your mother, your grandfather, your grandmother. It will dig up your great grandparents and eat them too. Or at least that's what the news wants you to believe. So, what is a murder hornet? Well, the term murder hornet doesn't exist. The term murder hornet was created in 2008 um, by a news channel just to get people to watch. And I think that's the important thing to remember when we're watching news. It is a business, it's a company, and their goal is to make money. And they're going to make money by making you terrified of murderous animals like this. So, where is it from, and what dangers does it actually pose to us? So, I'll bring up a little map here. You can see that in the map, it's basically confined to Vietnam, northern China, and Japan. So, why are these so scary and dangerous? Well, they're scary and dangerous because they're big. I mean, they're really big. I'll bring this guy into the close up here for you. All right, so here it is in a close up. This little guy here is. I'll bring up is actually very hard to measure because it's all in frame. So there you go there. 1.5, 1 3/4 inches, I would say. What's that in centimeters, you ask? Because you're the rest of the world. It's about 4 centimeters long. So, no joke. And its stinger is the thing we're scared of, and hopefully you can see it here. Sorry, guys. There's the stinger there. That stinger is 1/4 inch long, and like all wasps, it doesn't drop that stinger. And it has an even creepier ability to spray venom. I don't know if that's super confirmed, but there's definitely reports of it spraying venom into the eyes of predators trying to eat it. And yes, predators will eat this thing. Sorry for the noise, guys. That's just me moving my chair. So yes, these guys are predators, but they are also prey. They're not the biggest things in the world. So what is the threat? Well, let's talk about the boring threat. The real threat these guys pose is to the honeybee population. As most of you probably know, honeybees pollinate, and they're responsible for pollinating a lot of our food crops. So, ergo, if they eat our honeybees will no longer be able to help us produce crops, and we'll have food shortages. So, will it just go in there and destroy an entire colony? No, they don't have the ability to do that. Bees do have defenses. Primarily what they'll do is they'll completely surround and encapsulate, like that, 30 or 40 honeybees, and they'll start doing a vibrating type dance, I guess you'd say. And what happens is it raises the temperature to 45 degrees Celsius, and the wasps can't survive that. The bees can. It's a toll on the bees, but the bees can survive, and they will kill the wasp. Problem is, when you have more than one wasp entering a nest, you're gonna need a lot of honeybees to surround them. So that's the real issue. So let's go back to the map. So the green area you can see here is, like I said, the original habitat of these species. The following map shows a probable species spread. Now, what is that based off of? It's basically saying where in the world is the climate similar to where it's living now. And you can see, there's parts of Australia, parts of South America. Sorry, guys, I don't mean to leave you out, but let's face it, North America and Europe think we're the center of the universe, and I've been proven right or wrong on that, but I live in Toronto. So that's the center of the universe as far as I'm concerned. So go back to the map. All right, guys. So you can see Europe is all in green and yellow. It's like the prime area. And then North America, almost the entire eastern seaboard all the way to Texas is considered prime area for these guys to live. Ironically, the following map will show you exactly where they have been spotted in North America. Europe I'm not going to concentrate too much on because I don't actually have a map for them. If you guys really want to know, I was just looking it up, and if you really want me to do it, then let me know and I will try to find you some information and maybe do a bit of an update. So the following map I'm showing you here with all the yellow and red is parts of Washington State and part of British Columbia and Vancouver. Vancouver is part of British Columbia, by the way, for Americans. So you can see a big number, 1,553. So those are suspected sightings where they've been trapped in special traps to see what kind of species are in that area. Out of the 1,553, there's some red dots. Those red dots are confirmed. Those red dots equal 15 confirmed, and they're pretty much all from one small area, one factory where these guys snuck into the country aboard some sort of wooden crate from China. It's common. It's not a racist thing. It happens. It goes both directions. I mean, ask Australia what we've done to them with rats, mice, rabbits, toads, frogs, and English people. We've just thrown tons of them into there. They don't really belong, do they, Australians? Anyways, going back to these guys here. So are these guys dangerous to you and moi? The answer is depends. And I know if I saw one of these, I probably would need some depends. But so why does it depend? Depends on what you're allergic to them. So I'll give you some numbers, for example. So in North America, from 20 to 2017, on average, there's been 62 fatalities each year from wasps and bee stings. And I believe that's just the United States of America. I can't be sure on that. So these guys aren't responsible for those. What are these guys responsible for? So let's go to Asia and see where these guys really have an impact. So in Asia, each year, there is approximately 42 deaths from these. And you say, oh, that's a lot. But keep in mind, there's 300 million people in America, and there's over 1 billion people in China. So per capita, that's not a lot. So how are these guys killing you? Are they surrounding you and carrying you off into their nest and feeding you to their babies? No, they're killing you the same way honeybees and wasps kill people here in North America. Basically, if you're allergic to it, you're going to get some serious problems if you get stung by this. One person who was stung by this reported feeling that it felt like somebody put a hot nail right into their leg. Now, you can imagine if you were allergic to that. You're in trouble. Interesting enough, too, out of all the species of wasps, their venom is actually not that potent, surprisingly. They do deliver a fairly large dosage, but it's not particularly potent poison or venom. So they're not dangerous to us. So you say, well, are you sure? And I'll show you some photos of how people have been handling these things. So the first photo here is, all right, calm down. It looks scary, I know, but they're not after you. These are guys in Washington State removing a nest. And you can see the second photo down there of their outfits even more clearly. Personally, I think this is ridiculous. I mean, I wouldn't want to get stung by one of these guys. I mean, a 1/4-inch stinger is a 1/4 inch of something you don't want. And I would probably dress like the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man too if I didn't want to get stung. But again, I'm allergic to these guys, so it's a little more serious for me. I think this is all show. I think this is people like saying, "Oh, look at our outfits. We're expert bug removers, and we can hunt ghosts later too," or something like that. It's just a reminder, everybody, to be mindful of what you see on the news. Question its sources. Look at scientific sources, CDC, and other university papers that actually figure out what kind of threat invasive species, diseases, and so forth actually pose to you. So hope you guys enjoyed this video, and keep a critical mind open, and enjoy nature around you. Don't fear it, but also don't go petting giant murder hornets. Thank you guys. Have a great day. Don't forget, click subscribe and like. I could really use your help. Thank you.